You're free now. Free to stream beyond your wildest dreams. Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber. Your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the Real Estate Show. Thank you for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem. What's going on at the stores?
Oh, Jeff, it has been such an exciting week at Osmond Designs. We are gearing up for the Utah Valley Parade of Homes. This is definitely a tradition that Utah absolutely loves. The Parade of Homes is an event where builders, the best builders actually, in the state of Utah get together and they showcase the homes that they have been working on. So a lot of these homes are owned by homeowners. However, others are spec homes and they are available to purchase. You know, there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes into putting on the show and actually building all of these homes. So shout out to all of the subcontractors. It really is a team effort. But at Osmond Designs, we are in the process of setting up a lot of these homes. We have builders that do the spec homes, and so they rent the furniture from us, and then all of the furnishings are for sale. And then we have other homes that we work with the homeowners in choosing and selecting all of their favorite things for their homes. And so those are already pre-sold. They're not for sale. But I don't know about you, Jeff. I just love to go see how the other side lives. It's always so much fun. In fact, I think there was even a television show called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Robin Leach was the host. I met him once.
You did, really?
He was a goofball, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. But we're all just curious to see, what's going on in our neighbors' homes. What are the latest trends, not only in the nation, but then bringing it home to Utah, because we really are a unique market here. So that's what's so great about the Utah Valley Parade of Homes is hopefully you're going for inspiration. You're going for ideas of what's the latest and greatest, not only in cabinets, but in flooring, in paint colors, in furnishings, in landscape ideas, brand new lighting. There's so many beautiful things to look at in the Utah Valley Parade of Homes, and you get to touch and feel it. And then hopefully maybe you can incorporate one of these ideas in your own home.
Heather, I have so many questions because we've been doing this show together for about 6 months. You get all animated whenever you talk about the Parade of Homes. So I have many, many questions. We have the opportunity to talk a little bit here. First of all, what would compel someone who has a house that they live in to say, let's have 35,000 people over wearing booties over their shoes?
Come and invade your privacy. Okay, so number one, Jeff, these homes cannot be lived in. They have to be brand new homes, or they just within the last few years actually started including remodeled homes. But no one can live in the homes. So they have to be professionally decorated and designed, which is so great. No one wants to look at, grandma's old furniture in someone's beautiful home. The tickets are for sale. So people are going for inspiration, but the real benefit to the homeowner is all of the discounts. So appliances is a huge discount. Oftentimes there's, 30%, 40% off of retail.
So wait, vendors who are putting things into the house are offering deals for the people who are coming through?
Absolutely.
So that's a key advantage.
And it's hundreds of thousands of dollars in some cases, depending on the size of the home. And then other subcontractors actually offer upgrades. So they'll just throw in things. They want to do their very best work. And Jeff, I don't know any home that's ever been built that's been done on time, but when you have a Parade of Homes deadline it gets done on time because it's a really bad reflection on the builder if it's not done.
So they're showcasing their work. And in some of these cases you mentioned, we're talking about spec homes. Do they build them specifically timed to get into the parade of homes?
In a perfect world, yes, Jeff.
Wait. What do you mean?
So there's over 30 homes that are in this year's Parade of Homes. So if you think about the logistics of that, there's only so many subcontractors in the state of Utah, right? So all of the carpet installers are trying to install carpet within a couple weeks of each other. All the cabinet companies in the state of Utah are trying to install cabinets. So there's a lot of people that are piling on top of each other. And so, having everything done at the same time is very, very difficult. In fact, I think it was even last year, they ran out of sod. And all the sod farms were sold out because everyone needed it at the same time.
What did they do?
I know. So I think they had to bring some from out of state. I think a lot of the builders were actually taking trailers and, smuggling it across the border so that they could have their parade home done.
Oklahoma sod.
Exactly.
Here in Utah.
So there's lots of logistics behind the scenes that people have no clue about.
Okay, so I'm asking these questions because I'm at a loss. I've only been to the Park City Parade of Homes, and I have a feeling it's a different vibe. I think I was in $15, $20 million homes.
Oh, easily. Park City is its own showcase of homes. The quality, the money that is invested into these homes.
But question, is the style of the homes in Park City different from what you're going to see at the Parade of Homes here?
Yes, Jeff. And last year, I designed the largest home that was in the Park City Showcase of Homes. It was in Tuahey, one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in all of Park City. And the style was Mountain Modern. And I'm kind of a little obsessed with that style. It's
explain.
Beautiful. Yes.
Describe it.
So it's very mountainy, right? So we live in Utah. We love lots of windows, but we want clean lines, but also cozy. So if you go through Park City, long gone are the days of the big log looking cabins. Everyone wants just modern, chic, clean. Of course, you're going to have all those organic elements that you would expect. So you'll still have the stone exteriors, some metal, some hardy, maybe some flatter roofs or, oftentimes gables of some kind, but very, very clean lines, but cozy and warm.
Okay, now I see why Osmond Designs gets involved here, because when you have clean lines, it's oftentimes stark. The job is to soften it.
Yes, and I know you're from New Jersey,
okay,
so that's a whole different style that we don't specifically do here in Utah.
What? You got a problem with that?
No, I love you and I love New Jersey, so there we go. But yes, Park City is its own vibe, its own style. In fact, there's even furniture manufacturers that name their collections Park City.
Really?
Because it's that unique to this area. It's actually, all the rage in the country as well. So that's pretty cool. Utah Valley Parade of Homes, Salt Lake Parade of Homes, St. George Parade of Homes, all of them have their own unique style. But I would say everything is going just a little more modern, which just means cleaner lines, little less stuff, more statement pieces, and everything's just a little more timeless, which I think Utah has been needing for a long, long time.
What do you mean by timeless?
So we went from that Tuscan old world style, right? We were all drinking the Kool-Aid. It was the alder cabinets, the alder finish work, all the base and case, and lots of golds and burgundies and greens. And then HGTV came along with Joanna Gaines, which was definitely that modern farmhouse where everything definitely took a swing hard to the white and black. And
right,
now,
that I've seen. Sure.
All the black windows, the white hardy, super farmhouse, cute, country, bumpkin looking. And people are getting away from that. Now they just want cozy and warm. So we're getting a lot of those warm colors back into the market.
What you just described, isn't that called modern farmhouse or contemporary farmhouse? Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yep. And that was great here in Utah. I personally am tired of that. People are still building that a little bit here and there, but it's becoming more even European, I would say. There's a lot of Carrara marble, a lot of quartzites. Those are those natural stones with the beautiful veining, but definitely in lighter colors. People still like happy and bright and not as moody, which I think is fantastic as well.
So can you do these looks without digging so deep in your pockets as if you were a millionaire?
100%. You know, we all dream of having that parade home. We all dream of having a home that looks like a model home, but we can do that, but also have it be functional as well. Most of us have 4 kids and a dog, and, you know, we just live in our homes. And so just really combining the two of those is more important than ever. And it is absolutely possible. We have loved doing this KSL real estate show for the past 4 years. I've been specifically doing it with Jeff for 6 months. So grateful to be doing this. Hopefully every single week we are able to share some tips and tricks that you can incorporate in your own home so that everyone can love their home. You're listening to the KSL real estate show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
911, what's your emergency?
They kidnapped my son.
What would you do if your child disappeared and someone you trusted was responsible?
We thought he cared for McKay, when in fact he didn't care for anyone.
Listen to Ransom now at ransompodcast.com.
Some people just know the more you protect, the more you save with Allstate, because they know insurance math. Like if you protect your home and auto, Allstate can save you up to 25%. So it's like losing money if you don't bundle. Save more when you protect more. Bundle home and auto with Allstate today.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Smith's, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Smith's worth it every time. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues. This season, spring into adventure together in the Chevy of your choice. Click to learn more.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in-wash scent beads.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. Thanks for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem. What's happening at the stores?
Jeff, it is so much fun at the stores right now. We are currently selling Utah Valley Parade of Homes tickets. Each of the tickets are $25 per person. The ticket is good for 3 weekends, just a little over 2 weeks' time to go and look at the very, very best of design and construction and building that Utah has to offer. There is so much work that goes into the Utah Valley Parade of Homes. The homes are open Tuesday through Saturday, noon to 9 p.m. And, you know, it's just an open house. It's absolutely incredible. So definitely don't miss out on that. Osmond Designs and Central Bank, we are the title sponsors for the Utah Valley Parade of Homes, and we have been authorized to sell discount tickets for $22 per ticket. And at Osmond Designs, you receive a free lanyard so that you can hold your ticket and never lose it. And then also a free bag. You'll also receive free magazines, you know, which are definitely collector's items. So come check out Osmond Designs. In addition to that, we are having our 20-year anniversary, so our entire store is an additional 20% off. So that's the exciting stuff at Osmond Designs, Jeff. But go ahead.
Congratulations. First of all, 20 years. So wait a minute, you're juggling that. You're a title sponsor of the Parade of Homes. How many people? Is it 35,000 or so who like go through the houses?
So every year it's a little bit different, but there are over 33 homes this year as of right now. The number changes a little bit every single week, but it's going to be an incredible show. And most of these homes are over $1 million. So, there's always something to see in every price point, every style. And it's just those little details, the differences in the details. Go find something in a home that you can take home and incorporate in your home.
All right, so let's get serious. You're involved in that. You have a 20th anniversary and you moved last week?
Oh, Jeff, after the KSL radio show this past Saturday, I moved my home. I hired the Other Side Movers. If you have not heard of them before, they're incredible, but they are some of the hardest working movers you've ever come in contact with. I refer them all the time. I personally use them as well, but it's pretty much, I would describe it as an army of moving guys that come and they pick up the heaviest furniture that you have in your home. They put it in the place that you would like it, and then they run back to the truck for more. And they do that for 8 to 10 hours for 2 days straight. It was incredible.
It was a 2-day move?
A 2-day move.
Didn't
it was
you
awful.
move like right up the street?
I did. I know. What am I thinking, right? So I wasn't planning on moving. I loved my home. And this home came up for sale. And it's an incredible home. And I was just crazy enough to take it down.
But it's a fixer-upper.
It's a fixer-upper. Definitely needed paint, carpet, some hardwood floors, and of course, new furnishings, which I was super excited about. Everything in my home is from Osmond Designs. So it's really a lot of fun, Jeff. I will say moving is the worst ever. I think I would rather go through labor. I've had 4 kids. I'd rather do that than move. It was not fun. And that was not even a lot of me picking up stuff because obviously I physically couldn't do that. But a lot of these guys, they work so hard, but it's worth it. You should love your home. If you don't love where you're living, go ahead and move. You can remodel. If you love your neighbors, stay there and update. If you don't love your home, you need to right size. If you need to upsize, downsize, whatever that may be. Times in our lives, they change. So when I had small kids, I wanted a 2-story where my bedroom could be upstairs with the kids' bedrooms. As my kids grew and I became teenagers, I wanted a main floor master to get away from my kids. And so, the needs of my home changed, and now I'm back to a rambler. And I love main floor living, and it's very comfortable. I am at the end of a cul-de-sac on a beautiful 1.3 acre lot, and my neighbors are incredible. Same ward, same neighborhood. Just a different home.
This was all, you're very casual about real estate because this is your industry. And you just saw this house, said, I'm going to buy it. Boom, done.
I think I'm going to buy it. Okay, so full disclosure, my husband and I, we moved 16 times in the 28 years that we were married. So we've done a lot of moving, and a lot of that was actually before my kids even entered elementary school. So it was kind of our gig. We owned 33 rental properties back in the day, and I would say about a third maybe of those, maybe 10 of those, we actually moved in and remodeled and did that while we were living in it, Jeff.
Did you learn to travel light along the way?
No.
No?
Every time you move, though, you always go, why do I have all of this stuff? Because it's all just neatly organized and put behind, the cabinet. So you don't really realize what you have until you start pulling it out and packing it. And so it's always great to have a dumpster in that driveway that you can just, get rid of things, donate things to Goodwill. So many opportunities to reuse and repurpose the things that you're not currently using.
Okay, so you must be some kind of whirling dervish because you buy this house. Now it's a fixer-upper, and you have the parade of homes, and the store is having the 20th anniversary. So when does the fixing-upping start?
Oh, Jeff, this is the best part. Okay, so I technically had 11 days by the time I closed, to move. So I hired 3 painting crews and basically sectioned off my home. So each of those crews had an area that they worked on because there was a lot to paint.
Wait, you have 3 different painting companies
Absolutely
working on your home?
It's the only way to get it done. So we did that.
I can't even fathom. Is it like a convention for them?
It was pretty much just open the doors and, all heck broke loose. It was great. It was beautiful. And all of the painting is now done on the main floor, which is really where we were able to move. Now the hard work begins on the basement. Carpet actually was installed the night before we slept there. So that was really, really exciting. There is this adrenaline rush, I will tell you, Jeff. It's exciting. It's something I'm passionate about. It doesn't stress me out. It's actually really, really fun. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Store. Stay tuned because we're going to be right back with some information about what's going on in the real estate economy in the nation, but also here in Utah.
911, what's your emergency?
They kidnapped my son.
What would you do if your child disappeared and someone you trusted was responsible?
We thought he cared for McKay, when in fact he didn't care for anyone.
Listen to Ransom now at ransompodcast.com.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate, or going to the grocery store for milk instead of buying your own cow. You know there's an easier and better way. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Buy a bag of Hill's Pet Nutrition. Help feed a shelter pet. Buy another bag of Hill's Pet Nutrition. Help feed more shelter pets. Buy Hill's. Help feed shelter pets. Buy Hill's. Help feed shelter pets. Every time you feed your pet Hill's, you help feed a shelter pet in need, helping them become healthy, happy, and more adoptable. Science did that. Visit hillspet.com/radio or tap the banner to learn more.
Guys, are you still dealing with loss of energy, poor sleep, weight gain, and even ED? Revive Men's Health Salt Lake City offers guaranteed low T and ED treatments. And this month only, qualified patients get a free 1-month supply of personalized ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. Availability is limited. Book your free exam and consultation today. Call 801-263-7777. That's 801-263-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
I'm Jeff Caplan from KSL News Radio. Do you want to receive the latest news, traffic, and weather all in one place? All you have to do is subscribe to the KSL text line. Text the word news to 57500 and you'll get the latest news, traffic, and weather updates, sometimes before we get them on the air. I'll catch you on the radio weekday afternoons on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem, and you're selling tickets to the parade of homes at the stores, right?
Yes, we are. We're selling discount tickets. Normally, they are $25 per ticket, and we get the opportunity to sell them at a discount with Central Bank for $22 per ticket at Osmond Designs. You also receive a free lanyard so you can keep your ticket safe and not lose it. And then you also receive a free bag and a free magazine. So you just tuck everything in your bag. You have your little shopping bag to go to the parade of homes, and everything is in there, as well as, a few snacks is always important. The parade of homes is the Utah Valley Parade of Homes that we're talking about. It starts June 8th The hours of operation are Tuesday through Saturday, noon to 9 p.m. And it's basically just a huge open house for 33 of the biggest and best homes in all of Utah. Lots of different price points, lots of different styles. You don't want to miss out. We're so happy to have Drew Armstrong back on the KSL Real Estate Show with us. He's one of the best real estate agents in the state of Utah and a real estate expert on our show. Welcome back, Drew. How are you?
No, I'm doing great. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning. You're missing your partner, Matthew Flinders, today. We'll miss him.
We're busy, yeah. This year is crazy. We have already eclipsed our sales volume for last year.
Wow.
Already this year. It's been nuts. And so between that and between our construction project, so I get to wear my contractor's license hat every day as well as my real estate agent's hat, it's been busy.
Yeah. Why do you think that is, right? Because interest rates are high.
They are high, but you remember they dropped a little bit at the beginning of the year, and things went a little crazy at that point, and we got a lot of calls, and most of our business is by referral at this point. And so we have a lot of clients that were calling us up and saying, hey, let's go look. We've been waiting a little bit. And then we anticipated that the rates would continue to come down, and they kind of haven't. And they haven't because the jobs report is so strong, and the economy, I mean, we all like to pretend the economy is really bad, but oh my gosh, the economy is actually pretty dang good when you look at the indicators that they look at and the reports that they look at that generate movement in interest rates. But so things have been staying steady, and then this last Tuesday, we got another report that they really pay attention to, and they just had the Federal Reserve meeting it's about 10 days ago, and so it's going to be a little while, but markets react in advance of based on these reports, in advance of them actually moving the rate, but they're expecting that based on a report that came out that said, okay, we're not seeing the inflation, and if the inflation indexes go up, if we keep seeing inflation, then they keep the rate low because they keep the rate high because they don't want people to spend too much or compete too much to buy stuff. If there's too much money available in the market, that's not a good thing when you're trying to control inflation. And so now that the inflation report came and it says that things are not inflating a lot, I would suspect, and I think everybody else would suspect, that rates are going to come down again next time the Federal Reserve meets. And we saw that reaction to that. I mean, the stock market briefly went over 40,000 again this past, on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Because of that. And so our expectation is probably the next time the Fed meets again, they'll be a little bit more likely to continue to reduce rates a bit. And so I would expect it's just going to take off again.
I would hope that is the case. You know, we're already in a hot real estate market here in Utah, and we've just come out of the winter season. We're heading into spring. In Utah, we're a little bit unique because we have kids in school. So I feel like sometimes that really slows down people wanting to move because they don't want to relocate their kids. So once school is out in the next week or two, maybe 3 weeks, depending on what school district you are involved with.
Yeah.
But then things really ramp up. So if we could add a little gasoline to that by dropping the interest rate, that could be huge for this market.
So how much do interest rates really matter? I mean, I know they drive the markets and all of that, but if you drop the rates by 1/4 of a point, if somebody has an $1,800 mortgage, how much does their payment actually move? Is it enough to change the market?
Well, $1,800 mortgage payments are something of the past at this
am
point.
I 30 years behind?
We're like, who has that, Jeff?
I paid off my house. I don't know what they go for anymore.
Yeah, but
$5,000?
No, I mean, that's going to affect things enough that it's more of a perception of the direction that the market is going, I think, than a reality of what the difference in the payment is going to be. However, 1/4 point will make a difference, especially when we're looking at, now we've got more expensive housing. And so the payments obviously change more. You know, a quarter point when you have $500,000 financed versus $150,000 financed is considerable. And it's one of the reasons that rates going up has slowed the markets as much as it has. However, across the country, markets are really going. That I saw, like, there are maybe 2 or 3 states where prices are going down and things aren't appreciating right now, and that's it. Everywhere else, it's going up. So it's not going up as fast, thank goodness, as it was when we were, a year and 2 years ago when things were just out of control. But it's absolutely going up.
So if you're a first-time home buyer, how do you even catch the market, right?
You find my $1,800 a month mortgage is what you do.
I don't know where that is, Jeff, but that's a good idea.
Well, there are a lot of programs that are available for first-time home buyers that the state has put together. There are some regional and even some citywide programs. And having a real estate agent that really knows what those programs are and what are available is really important, that you go and you tap their brain, or a lender that is very local. It doesn't make sense to go using Rocket Mortgage or something like this. These big national lenders don't know about these programs. And because they can't learn about all the programs. I mean, there's programs that are available specifically in Provo. Right. And so you need to be aware of those first-time home buyer programs. Our state has some programs like that. Not only that, there are some things 2 years ago in Utah. They passed the legislature passed a law that makes it so that an accessory apartment is legal basically in every home. And you go, oh, well, how's that going to affect things? Well, it actually does, because there's financing available where they will take the rent from your apartment and they'll count that rent from your accessory apartment towards your income qualification ratios, that are 75% of it.
When you say accessory apartment, are you talking about a basement dwelling?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about a freestanding home like they're talking about in Salt Lake City?
It depends on whether it depends on the city. That's city by city. When I was the planning commission chair in my city, we actually about 6 or 7 years ago passed a new ordinance that allows for you to have a detached accessory apartment or a tiny house, basically. And so either one of those counts the same way. Now that the legislature is okay with it, it depends on whether the city will let it be detached or not. That's city by city still. But the state legislature passed a statute that says, and the statute overrules the city, it also overrules your homeowners association. And so a lot of people presume that, well, I live in a homeowners association where I can't have an accessory apartment. Nope, that's not the case. And so now you can have one. And not only that, there are also programs, lending programs that will take that income and apply it towards your qualification ratios. And what that's doing is we're actually seeing every once in a while, there are home builders that are building accessory apartments right into the house right from the start. And so you go buy a new home and you can get an accessory apartment so you can afford a little bit more home. And eventually, maybe this young couple grows into that space. They need the accessory apartment space. They've had some increases in their wages and they don't need the income from that anymore. And now they can use that space differently. But there's another program where if you don't want to deal with that, if that looks like it's too tough for you, if you have an unfinished basement, the state now, there's a grant that is available where you can actually go in and you can have the state build the accessory apartment and find the renter and rent it and manage it for you. And after 10 years, and you get some of the rent, you don't get all of it. Most of it goes towards the building that accessory apartment.
Why don't we know about this?
Well,
that's why we have Drew on today.
That's where you have good realtors that know about these programs. But then you after 10 years, you've got that financing that you borrowed from this grant program from the state that's paid off, and then you get to continue with that program, or you get to go ahead and manage it yourself and keep all the money from that accessory apartment, but no upfront money for you, and you can get one put in.
So exactly what you're talking about, Drew, is how I was able to afford my very first home.
Yeah.
We bought the home, we lived in the basement, we rented the upstairs for our entire mortgage payment, and we had to pay utilities. So it was an easy way for us to get our feet in, start building equity, and save like crazy. So we knew it was temporary. We didn't love living in the basement. There were really small windows. It was old. It was, the ceilings were low. It was not an ideal place to live. But when you're first married, you can pretty much do anything. You can suffer. And it's great. Maybe my kids need a little more of that suffering, that we had. But as you buy your new home, you can be creative in the ways that you figure out how to get into your home and afford your home. And it's just knowing about these programs, which is why people need to call Drew Armstrong. How do people find you?
Oh, they can call us at my number. On the radio, 801-636-3739. But our company and our website is utahrealestate.net.
Great. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
911, what's your emergency?
They kidnapped my son.
What would you do if your child disappeared and someone you trusted was responsible?
We thought he cared for McKay, when in fact he didn't care for anyone.
Listen to Ransom now at ransompodcast.com.
This is the sound of second chances. It's more than a bowl of pet food. It's nutrition that changes lives. It's the sound of healthy, happy pets. Not just in your home, but in shelters across the country. Because feeding your pet Hills helps feed shelter pets. Science did that. Hills Pet Nutrition. Buy the bag that gives back. Visit hillspet.com/giveback or tap the banner to learn more.
Some people just know the more you protect, the more you save with Allstate. Because they know insurance math. Like if you protect your home and auto, Allstate can save you up to 25%. So it's like losing money if you don't bundle. Save more when you protect more. Bundle home and auto with Allstate today.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Guys, are you still dealing with loss of energy, poor sleep, weight gain, and even ED? Revive Men's Health Salt Lake City offers guaranteed low T and ED treatments. And this month only, qualified patients get a free 1-month supply of personalized ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. Availability is limited. Book your free exam and consultation today. Call 801-263-7777. That's 801-263-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
I'm Jeff Caplan from KSL News Radio. Do you want to receive the latest news, traffic, and weather all in one place? All you have to do is subscribe to the KSL text line. Text the word news to 57500 and you'll get the latest news, traffic, and weather updates, sometimes before we get them on the air. I'll catch you on the radio weekday afternoons on KSL News Radio.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are, and we are currently selling the Utah Valley Parade of Homes tickets. It's kind of like the Super Bowl for us at Osmond Designs. This entire week, we will be setting up these beautiful parade homes. We are so excited to show you what we've been working on. The latest and greatest of all the best furniture in the entire country will be showcased in this parade. So I'm a little biased. You definitely need to check out our homes. We're excited about that. Today we have Drew Armstrong. He is the best real estate. He and Matthew's not here today, but Matthew Flinders, Drew Armstrong, two of the best real estate agents in the state of Utah. And you guys are just economy experts as well, which I really appreciate.
Thank you, Heather.
What's going on?
That. Well, I mean, it's interesting. So one of the things that we do is we follow the University of Utah has some economists, the Kim Gardner Institute and stuff that track interest rates, they track housing supply, they track trends in real estate, and Every year in January, Ivory Homes and the Kim Gardner Institute get together and they kind of do a projection of what's going to happen in the next year and stuff. And they have recently come out and they said that we had a 2.5% increase in the supply of homes, and we are about 10% deficient in what we really need to hit equilibrium. And so 2.5% takes some of the pressure off as far as that goes. And as a landlord, I've noticed that a little bit, that rents have not gone up as much as they have been going up in the last few years.
I want to ask from a homeowner's perspective. Sure. You know, prices have been popping for years. It's slowed a bit. Once we saturate the housing supply and we have enough homes in this state, do prices begin to stagnate? Is my home just going to sit there without gaining value?
Well, it depends. The thing is that if we continue to provide more homes, then eventually, I mean, I suppose that could sort of happen. I don't think that they'll completely stagnate, because the problem is that our state keeps growing in population, not only from people coming in from outside, but from our own children. We are the youngest state in the entire country by 5 years compared to the next closest state, which is Idaho. And so if we get to the point where we can build homes as fast as households are created, then that's equilibrium. I don't see that we're ever going to actually hit equilibrium as far as that goes, because that we have people moving in, or we have our own kids that are growing up and becoming families and households faster than we can build.
No doubt about it. And there's always the discussion of affordable housing here in Utah. So there are a lot of discussions, and we've talked about this several different times on the radio, about how to accomplish that. How do our kids afford real estate? And then, you know, being an empty nester almost for Drew and I and Jeff over here as well, you know, having a home that we love to be in, that we can have our family, our kids and grandkids come and visit, is more important than ever, because I think COVID obviously helped with that. We spent more time at home. And I think because of the economy and the success that all of us have probably mostly had in business and in our home investments, we have more money than we've ever had. So we're in a very unique situation where we can help our kids, which can be good and bad depending on how we use that.
Hey, my parents helped me get into my first place a little bit. I mean, they didn't provide a whole down payment or anything like that for me, but they absolutely helped me. And I'm willing to help my kids. And I think that that's one of those things that needs to happen. I mean, if you look at the Orient, you know, Japan and Korea and stuff, people's only hope of even owning a home is inheriting their parents' house.
Yeah. So true. We also want to give a shout out to Central Bank, who are, you know, so supportive of our community here in Utah. They are a Utah bank. They have been in business for over 130 years. They do construction loans. They do residential loans, commercial loans. They do HELOC loans, which are those home equity lines of credit. They offer a smart savings plan for kids to help them save money so that they can be future homeowners. So many amazing things to always talk about on the KSL Real Estate Show. Drew Armstrong, thank you so much for joining us again.
No problem. I'll see you at the Parade of Homes.
We'll see you at the Parade of Homes. Come in quick. Get your tickets. We're actually giving away 2 free tickets today for you. First 2 people into the Lehigh store get 2, and first 2 people in the Orem store. Say you heard it on the KSL Real Estate Show today. Thank you so much. See you next week.
911, what's your emergency?
They kidnapped my son.
What would you do if your child disappeared and someone you trusted was responsible?
We thought he cared for McKay, when in fact he didn't care for anyone.
Listen to Ransom now at ransompodcast.com.